Wicked wild, wicked wild, wild west. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada.
Your life is a personal journey. You know, you're beginning to figure out your rules and your principles.
On the vibe, watch your step, will flex and get a hole in your side. Swallow your pride, don't let your lip react. You don't wanna see my hand where my hip be at. With all the
couple nicknames growing up. One was Gus, another was Go Merle. Yeah, Go Merle.
What my brother actually gave me was Medusa. Medusa, as in with the, yeah. Because back in the day I used to have like, remember sophomore year? I used to have long hair and it was like really curly. They looked like snakes. And what other person has snakes for hair but Medusa, so they decided to call me Medusa. I like it. It's funny, it's always funny bringing it up though, because Medusa's a woman. So, I don't know, it's still pretty funny. Yeah.
My friends gave me it a couple years ago. It was Shadow. No, because we used to go out in the dark and play hide and seek. Nobody could ever find me. And I was just standing right here.
I'm Jasmine Archuleta, and people just call me Jazz or Jazzaletta.
Jazz is great.
Happy and excited and electrified. I feel like this horse running here, you know? Like I just want to go.
Oh my God. Okay. I feel excited.
But what happens in the process is, you know, stuff comes up in life that challenges us. We make decisions about that. And then those things that we make decisions about become our principles. They can evolve and they can take shape. But pretty much once you establish a principle, it just kind of evolves and grows. It stays similar, but it can become a little bit more involved. So give yourselves a lot of credit for what you believe now. You've done a lot of work this far.
Running the game, James West, taming the West. So remember the name. Now who you gonna call? Now who you gonna call? If you ever riff with people wanna buzz, break out before you get bum rushed at the Wild Wild West. When I roll into the Wild Wild West. When I stroll into the Wild Wild West. When I bounce into the Wild Wild West.
Exhilarating.
I wanted to go fast.
You wanted to go fast?
Yeah. And then run into a fence.
And anyone else?
Just feel powerful.
Yeah, just.
I mean, obviously it's just powerful. So.
Yeah, it's obvious to you how much power there is. Yeah. So the idea of going fast. Did you guys have a working relationship before today?
No, not that I can find.
So it was brand new. Brand new team, brand new horse, brand new experience, brand new task. Mm-hmm. How did it feel approaching that 1,200-pound animal?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So save that idea. We're going to ask you later how that.
My name's Johnny, and I feel pretty chill coming out here, working with horses, really connecting with animals. I've never done that, so should be a good experience. That's that.
My name's Holly and I'm from Street Credit. Today is fun because we're looking at the horses and chilling with them, and that's about it.
Hey, I am Rebecca De Luna. This is my daughter Vina De Luna with Street Credit. We are enjoying our day, bonding with these horses, and it's been wonderful.
Street Credit is good. I enjoy it because we get to learn new things and have courage to do things we never thought we'd do.
Amen.
Anything particular you want to go over your experience for today?
Nice. Just have to treat everybody the same way. No matter who it is, the horse or anybody.
How was the horse ride?
Pretty cool, amazing.
Anything special you feel with this horse?
Nah.
No.
Hey, so man, when you talk about treating everybody the same way, because I know you get frustrated trying to figure this thing out. Can you apply that? Is that applicable to you, to that?
Yeah, of course. There's always going to be like times where nobody tells you what to do. You just have to figure out how to do it on your own. So, I mean, like when you become a father too, no one's gonna tell you how to be a dad. You have to kind of learn how to do that on your own too. Same with being a mom. So that's it.
So I'm Liz Hoffman, and I used to be the area coordinator for special ed in Jefferson High School. Is one of my schools, and I retired, and Mr. Hawkins, Robert, the social worker who's also the executive director of Positive Spin, recruited me to be on the board. And that was about a year and a half ago, and we got this idea about trying to teach a class that not only addresses maybe some academic skills, but also gets out how they feel about themselves and how they feel about the world. Kind of some social justice stuff, but also ethics and even values and principles. And somebody showed us that there was a class out at Cherry Creek High School named Cowboy Ethics, based on the book that we are using. And it just got formulated. The Daniels Fund offered us some money to make it happen, so we started with about 19 kids. We're down to 17. Today we have 12 kids with us here at the Mustang Center. I will say, honestly, that they're not so sure about this whole cowboy thing, but they're definitely into being able to talk about their feelings about things in the world and what's going on in their world. And but I think after today they might be more into the cowboy thing because they're looking pretty attached to those horses.
How has your overall experience been?
You know, it's been up and down because the kids some of them are pretty angry. Some of them aren't real sure why they want to be in the class. They have some pretty heavy-duty life stories about what's going on with them, some homelessness and lots of poverty and discrimination, and so those are pretty hard topics. Why in the world they would trust this little old white lady is beyond me, so it's taken some time, and they're starting to really connect, and it's really wonderful to see. We're going to collect some data, see if it helps with their grades and their attendance. They have already started to share that having somebody care about them on a different level is really important. So it's real exciting.
Any personal experience you're going to take home from this?
Well, I started the day by saying my word was thankful, and mostly because for a long time I was doing more administrative work, and now I get to spend time with kids, and it's real. And I had no idea what I was going to see today. And what I saw was a lot of kids finding themselves in a really different way than they usually get to. So not only am I thankful, I'm just encouraged. The kids are resilient and they can overcome anything with the right help. So, and I'm gonna cry. I can't believe that happened. So, yeah. Oh my God, I didn't plan that.
I'm Anita Gonzalez Clem, and I'm one of the assistant principals at Jefferson High School. And my involvement with Street Cred is that I'm the supporting or monitoring assistant principal, and basically to help the adults that are running the program to get through the rules and regulations of the building, and making sure that the kids are safe and that the program and instruction that's happening is appropriate and good for the students. So when I was invited to learn about the program and asked to be the one that would support Street Cred, I just really thought it was wonderful. I have a counseling background, and a lot of this curriculum is about development, personal development, how to become an adult. And so I really support this. I think our students, many of them at Jefferson High School, have adult responsibilities, but just like when we were talking about today's experience, kind of having to figure it out, and they figure out things for themselves the way they think it should be, and sometimes it's not too safe. Sometimes they get bad habits because there's maybe not another adult to model for them how to do some things. So for us and the group that we have right now are students that were invited to participate because we felt that they needed some adult support, and that's where the mentors that they have that come into the class, that the life coaches, are really helpful. I think what I've observed is really working with the students, and today is even more evident about how they're putting things, linking the independence that they feel they have, because maybe when we're trying to direct them, they're resistant, they appear disrespectful, and that really comes from, I take care of myself. I make my own breakfast, I get the little ones to school, or I work, variety of things that kids look at us when we're telling them, sit down, you need to be quiet. And they haven't learned that other part about, you have to listen. This is an elder, and that respect that needs to be connected.
My name is Alicia Zika, and I'm a life coach for at-risk kids at Jefferson Senior. And I used to teach school and retired now. And when I heard of the opportunity to maybe help, I thought, good. And I developed a vocal cord problem, and I thought, first thought is to be silent. No, I use this with the young kids. I know you have issues to overcome. Everybody does. Every day I have an issue if the voice is going to come out. And so I use that as a mentor. Let me help you. And as I help them, it helps me too. Now, I go every Thursday, and I see these kids at the first of school. They're just like closed flowers. And little by little, as they trust us, and we get to know them, they blossom. Now, we hope to help them with schoolwork, plus just who they are as people.
A nonprofit organization called SPIN, Positive Spin, which stands for Supporting People in Need. It's a program that has different avenues of help for kids, for high-risk youth. We do a publication called Positive Spin Magazine. We're in collaboration with Jewish Family Services in Jefferson High School to produce a class called Street Credit. And we brought these kids up here today just to give them a better understanding of what it's like to be involved in a situation where they've got hurt and pain and fear, and how to overcome the fear. And just working with the Mustang Center and working with these horses and the experiences they've had, I've seen kids that were withdrawn, and if you look at some of the video, you're going to see some of these kids that had fear, now that this is finishing up, are able to be a little stronger. They talk about power, and that's empowerment, and that's something as far as character education goes. In some programs, in some high-risk schools, that needs to be included, and that's something that we're trying to produce here at Jefferson through the SPIN Foundation and Positive Spin Enterprises. So we're going to continue to do this, and we hope to come back because we're trying to promote positive issues for today's youth, and these kids need our help. And as a school social worker, we need to continue to try to support kids and give them that opportunity.
I want y'all to yell street cred. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Street cred!